If you feel fatigued, you struggle with overthinking, you tend to get sick pretty often, or you feel weighed down emotionally, this could be your gut talking, literally. So I'm going to share one of the simplest yet most powerful ways for you to reset your digestion, clear your mind, and lighten your emotional load. So your digestion isn't just about food. It affects your mood, your mental clarity, and your emotional health. If your gut is off, you might feel stuck in the past or a deep sense of disconnection from yourself and everyone else. So it can feel like insecurity, isolation, loneliness, and a complete lack of inspiration. But there's a simple way that can help, and it doesn't require any detoxes, any fasting. You don't have to give anything up. It's simply drinking a glass of salt water. So in this video, I'll explain how your digestion affects your mental and emotional state, why saltwater flushing works like a reset for your gut, and step-by-step instructions for you to experience an easy and effective flush. So your colon isn't just about eliminating waste. It's directly related to your mental and emotional health. So when waste builds up, it can be difficult for your body to absorb nutrients. So you can feel fatigue, experience brain fog, or be prone to overthinking and worry. So here's what happens when your gut is off. You can just picture it. Impacted waste lining onto the walls of your intestines. This throwing off your gut bacteria, which weakens your immune system, and then you're prone to getting sick and chronic inflammation and all of the symptoms that come with inflammation. And you can't absorb nutrients from your food. So you're prone to feeling fatigued and just generally drained because you're actually undernourished no matter the food you're eating. Emotionally, this can feel like an inability to let go. So letting go of thoughts, emotions, experiences from the past. And this can feed into that sense of disconnection, which can feel like profound insecurity or loneliness, or just a lack of interest in things, a lack of purpose. I experienced this firsthand about a year ago when I found myself in this really deep funk. Like I was just bored and uninterested in general in pretty much everything. And I felt really insecure, like nothing I did really mattered. And then I realized everything I was feeling was the metal element imbalanced, in a nutshell. So in traditional Chinese medicine, the lungs and colon govern the metal element, which is all about letting go. And in the inability to let go, prolonged grief, and all of the feelings that I was just describing. After a few days, I realized my gut is off. So I did a saltwater flush. And seriously, as soon as the flush was moving through me, I felt lighter. Like my mood was different and I could feel like myself again. Granted, maybe your gut has been off for a while. Maybe you've come to know yourself as lacking mental clarity or lacking inspiration or just being prone to feeling bored and disconnected and lonely. Even if that's the case, it's okay. A flush is an easy way to help you begin to move that stuff through and out of you and offer you a breakthrough. So saltwater flushing is like a car wash for your digestive tract. Unlike enemas, which work primarily only through the colon, a saltwater flush goes all the way through, so it's working top down through your digestive tract. And the reason it works is because the amount of salt in the water that you drink is enough where your kidneys don't absorb it, so it moves through the digestive tract instead, creating a flush. So it's flushing out any of that impacted feces and clearing out the lining of your intestines and any that's impacted more than that, and getting it out of your body. And in that clearing, you also create a mental, emotional, and energetic cleansing for yourself. And you can feel lighter. not only physically, but mentally and emotionally as well, really almost instantly. So here's how you do it. You add 1 to 2 teaspoons of Himalayan salt or an uniodized sea salt to water that's hot enough to be able to dissolve the salt, and just enough water to be able to dissolve the salt. I use 1.5 teaspoons because not enough salt, your kidneys will absorb it. Too much salt, it can make you feel nauseous. And then let it cool down to the point that you can drink it straight down without breathing, so you don't have to taste it. And once you drink that glass of salt water down, fill that same glass up with purified water, drink it down, and take 2 to 3 more glasses of water, because that extra water is going to help push that salt water through your digestive tract and all the way out of your body, creating this flush and cleanse for you. Usually it begins to pass through you in 30 to 60 minutes. Make sure that you have easy access to a toilet. And a pro tip is, if you're really backed up, as your flush begins to move through you, you can gauge for yourself if you want to do a second flush. I personally usually do. And when I prepare the salt water, I actually prepare 2 glasses of salt water. So the salt water can actually pass through clear. You're getting a more thorough car wash of your intestines. Just make sure that you do it in the same morning, as opposed to doing another flush the next morning, because that's too dehydrating. Take my word for it, I've done it myself. If you're going to do more than one flush, do it in the same morning. After your flush, you want to make sure that you replenish electrolytes. You can have a green juice, just making sure that there are no sweet fruits in it, or just have a glass of lemon water with a little bit of Himalayan salt in it. And do your best to avoid refined grains, sugars, processed foods, dairy, or alcohol, because these are the main culprits behind gut imbalances. And then you have this saltwater flush as a tool in your kit. If you feel off, if you feel stuck, you can begin to identify the symptoms of your colon being off and use this as an easy way to create a flush and a reset for yourself. And you can use any of my metal element practices that target the colon, or any earth element practices that address the digestive system in general. I'll drop a link to those playlists in the description and at the end of the video. So flushing and cleansing isn't just about the body. It's about creating space for clarity, inspiration, and emotional balance. And when you let go physically, you can let go mentally and emotionally as well, which is why flushing can feel like an emotional release, like a weight has been lifted. And this is the power of working with your body as a whole, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically, spiritually. And if you align with 5 element and meridian theory, you can begin to identify these imbalances and symptoms that arise when the colon is off, and how this reflects the metal element's process of releasing and purifying. On that note, I'll drop a link in the description where you can learn more about the metal element, how it shows up for you mentally, emotionally, physically, and in your life in general. And if this video has helped you, let me know in the comments. Do you do saltwater flushes? If so, what's your experience with them? And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe. I appreciate you being here with me. See you in the next video.